So I just got back in from the Honda dealership. Honda, nothing against you. However, the experience that I just had was terrible enough to make me want to make this video. You guys, I want to list off 10 different reasons why I think you should wait until 2022 to buy a new or a used car. And by the end of this video, I think you're going to get the sense that it is not a good time at all to be trying to get a new car. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ari Janessian. Please consider subscribing because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Also, there's a link to negotiation guides, my blog in the link in the description below so that you can shop around for your best possible deal. I want you to use these tips in conjunction with shopping around aggressively for the best price on a brand new car to try and land you the very best deal either now or in 2022 and beyond. Diving right in, you guys. So, number one, there is a massive shortage of inventory in the United States. This is contributing to the fact that this video is here. Massive supply and demand problem in the United States, which leads us to number two. There is a massive shortage in incentives that we normally receive from the manufacturers to buy these cars. The manufacturer is saying there's so much demand that why do we even need to incentivize these cars? Which leads us to number three. Dealers are selling these cars for over the manufacturer's price. I want you to be careful in the fact that if you're going in to shop for a new car, if you see the window sticker, the big one on the window, usually on the left-hand side of the car, or even sometimes on the right-hand side, if there's that and a little additional, smaller little window sticker, chances are that that dealership is going to be charging you over the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Or number four, they're adding on a ton of different accessories and little paint protection films and whatnot to increase the price of the car, or both. This brings us to number five. When they're doing all of this, when they're charging you more than the car is worth, when they're adding a ton of accessories, it's creating a very, very hard time for people to get approved on these loans. Approval is a lot stricter on these loans, and if you don't have good credit, expect a very, very hard time to get approved on a loan. And that brings us to number six. If you don't have good credit and you're having trouble getting approved in the first place, expect that the bank that's approving you is going to want to charge you a lot more interest to get you into the car. Number seven, speaking of getting into the car, a lot of people, especially ones with good credit, are leaving deposits on cars that haven't even left the factory and gotten to the dealership yet. They're literally leaving a deposit for cars that haven't hit the lots. They're basically putting themselves on a waiting list. This is a big problem. Now you might be thinking, how does used fit into this? Well, what's happening is because there's a big problem with buying new cars, a lot of people are flocking to get decent used cars, especially in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. And what's happening in that range is that cars that would normally sell for, say, $16,000, $17,000 are selling for 25 to 30% more than they would have a couple of years ago. I made a video about this last week. I'll put a little clickable link here to the used car video, but basically people are buying used cars 30% higher in price versus what they would have normally been 2 years ago. Cars are literally appreciating as we speak. Number nine, because electric vehicles are gaining such popularity and such momentum, and manufacturers are making gigantic efforts to start producing more and more electric cars and phase out gas cars, what's going to happen is that the more and more electric cars that we do get and are expected to receive are going to drive down the prices of the values of new and used cars by the time that the whole market catches back up in a couple of years. In essence, if you bought a car for above MSRP or a used car above the actual value of the car 2 or 3 years from now, it's going to create a massive negative equity situation. Lastly, you guys, this is just very, very straightforward. You're going to get a ton of garbage, ton of BS thrown at you at like 75 miles an hour, which is probably going to piss you off and make you want to go home, and you're probably not going to get anywhere. I'm trying to be positive here. If you don't experience this, really, I'm happy for you, but I did today. So that's not really being negative nor being positive. It's just reflecting back on what took place. And I think I just want to just take a little nap right now. Link to negotiationguides.com, which is my blog where you can shop around for the very best possible deal. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.